In a busy New York street here in the east side of Aurora, we find 548 New York Street here. In its former glory, this property was a duplex. It was a sprawling area here. Of course, it still is very, very busy, but this property used to be a duplex. But as you can see here with the connections, the city has decided to remove this, probably because of safety conditions and concerns. But now this former duplex can become a great family home for a large family. Built in the 1900s, we have a great porch right here, so you can feel out the nice comfortable air in the hot summer days, or just enjoy this. Now, again, this house boasts of 7, let me close the door so the livelihood of the neighborhood doesn't interfere with the video. But again, built in 1900, this house has 7 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms now converted into this. As we walk into the property here, this used to be the foyer. So right here we would have access to the upstairs, and then now that would be the downstairs. Here, now this is considered a bedroom. Here we have one, and then we have a couple others over here. This would be considered the living room here with its radiators for heating. There's no forced air furnace here in this property. Some of the windows as well are already replaced and looks to be in great condition, the window itself. And so we will just take a look at that as we walk around the property. So that was one bedroom. Here would be another bedroom, again with radiator heating. All right, so that's 2. And here would be the kitchen. Now this looks to be an extension of the property. When I was walking it wasn't as part of the natural flow of the home, but it looks like it was added at a later time. As you can see, the stove would go there. The refrigerator, I assume, would go here, and here would be the little table, you could say. Obviously the countertops, the sinks here with the cabinets, and over here would be a full bath, and there's a toilet with the sink as well as the shower, of course, a full bath. Now as we go up here towards the other space, again it's 3 bedrooms is what they're marking it as here in the first floor. Okay, again it's 3 bedroom, 1 bath in the main level, and the second floor would have 4 bedrooms and 1 bath. So let's go ahead and walk up the stairs so we can get an idea of the second floor. All right, sturdy steps. Here we go. A lot of laminate flooring on this level. Lighter color wood aesthetic. And so we are just looking at this home from this perspective. Let's look actually from the exterior here. This is the exterior point. All right, you can see the backyard here and the garage with its 1900 year old 1900 old doors, look like barn style doors. You open them up that way, side to side, and the stairs leading up has had some updates, renovations, repairs, you could say, done to it recently. It doesn't feel flimsy when you walk it, but as you open up the door to go in, you'll be greeted immediately with what used to be a kitchen. Now it's converted into a room of your choosing. Now someone can say, well, I can convert this into a bedroom. It's your own prerogative at this point, but it does have the dimensions and the window and the closet for a bedroom, technically. This would be considered perhaps another a living room, perhaps. Put a couch here, a television. Here would be considered another bedroom. Now, it doesn't have its own closet per se. Maybe this used to be the living room itself, but they added this and added a door to make it feel like a private space. All right, as you can see here, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It looks to be some water damage coming from the window, the corners there. The roof itself, based on what I saw, didn't look like it was too old. All right, so again, this is the entrance where we came from. This would be another bedroom here. Now the flooring itself, as you walk the property, you can't really see this in the video, but I'll tell you here that it feels like it's caving in this area here. So there would be some work that needs to be done to rectify the flooring. Here is the closet along with the panels here, the electric panels. And you can see again, speaking of the roof, you can kind of see the condition of it even through the video here. And like I said, it doesn't look too old to me. But, you know, these trees do drop some things, and anything that touches the roof does, you know, get into the condition of the roof, right? It does start to deteriorate it. Let me take a look at some of the things that I see here as well. You see some cracks here. And, you know, I mean, not to poke fun or anything, but this is not the way to fix cracks in the house by adding tape. And also for the insulation, packaging tape or duct tape is not adequate sealant, doesn't keep those things in there. All right, going into the full bathroom here. Just walking in here, again, you do feel as if it's caving in. So again, we have our work cut out for us. Speaking of cutouts, this drywall was cut out so that they can do some repair work to this sink here. But that's to be determined if it is actually in good condition. And finally, going into this room here, this is another bedroom. So that's what we have here for this property again. So yeah, 7 bedrooms, 2 full baths is what this property is saying. Now, let me see, I'm sorry for all the spinning around, but let's go downstairs again and see if we can look at the basement and get an idea of this. Now, from the exterior, I tried to get access into the basement, but I wasn't successful to do so because it looks like it's locked from the inside. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get into the basement and see, what we can find. All right. So it opens from the inside, and there it is. Part 2, if you request it, let me know if you want me to do the video here in the basement, and I will definitely go ahead and do this.